What to do, y'all? It's your boy Forbes and Red back in here. We are here. Another episode. Playoffs is here. Got my boy Red in the cut. As y'all can see, what's happening, Red.
Nothing much, nothing much. Just
Yes, sir.
vibes.
I hear you, boss. We back with it, y'all. Another episode here. It's the playoffs, and we got a lot to talk about. Just go around. Got a lot to talk about. Heavy pack show. A lot to talk about. Mainly, mainly the biggest one of them all that we gotta discuss is LeBron's his very first loss since he's been in the league in the playoffs. Very first loss in the first round. I've been seeing a lot on social media with this. Got a guy's been talking about it. The media talking about it and all of that. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the second round, how the second round is going to look. Julio Jones situation. It's got a lot of impact to talk about today. But the first topic we're going to jump into right now, you guys, is the LeBron situation. Not too long ago, for those who don't know, a few days ago, LeBron got his first ever playoff series lost to them Phoenix Suns in 6 games, 4-2. Devin Booker was phenomenal, dropped 47 in that closeout game on the Lakers' home court. And it was a tremendous game. So I'm gonna let you go first, Red. What's your take on, you pick Phoenix to win that series anyway, but what's your take on, LeBron's losing his first playoff series in the first
Yeah,
round?
I can do myself a little bit. I can tell myself. Man, I don't want to talk about no LeBron James, man. I want to talk about my boys behind me, but you want to talk about
Oh, we
LeBron?
can get to them. We can get to them, but this is a very
Let's talk
important
about
topic as
LeBron.
well.
But to me, hey, you win some and you lose some.
Uh-huh.
But in Bron's case, the Lakers was injured.
Mm-hmm.
And it's his first round exit. Not
Yeah.
everybody else is a big deal to me. No, I don't care. To me, I just think the Lakers were injury prone because AD was struggling with a hamstring injury for damn near half of the season. And for him to get back out there, it was just like a KD moment for me when he was it last year. No, it was the year before last, 2 years ago. When
You
Golden,
talking when KD came out there with a torn Achilles?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it had flashbacks to that. So for me to see AD go out there, he know his legacy was in cahoots with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
People, oh, why you want to risk AD? AD. What about Drummond? Drummond didn't play that game either.
He didn't.
So so I don't want to hear nothing about AD.
Uh-huh.
AD is what catapults to LeBron. That's his
Right.
second. So I don't want to hear nothing. LeBron did all he could. Okay. You need
Mm-hmm.
to be looking at them players on your team. Kuzma, 2 points.
Oh my God.
Two
Two.
points. Dos. No tres. In 48 minutes? Come on now. And you got other players on your team that can help. We're not gonna
Exactly.
talk. We're not gonna talk about KCP. I don't want to talk about KCP. 0 points, trash. The whole last game before that, trash.
Yeah,
We
he
ain't,
was.
so we can't blame everything on LeBron. Everybody see, oh LeBron, he's out. Oh yes, no more King James, no more
Mm-hmm.
on that. And I'm like, bro, LeBron is LeBron. LeBron gonna be LeBron. I respect LeBron outside of basketball, but
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like LeBron as a player. But he's a good player. I'm not gonna give him his props. I'm going to give him all his props. He done a lot on
Mm-hmm.
the inside and outside. So it don't
Mm-hmm.
matter. He's out. So who is gonna take LA to the top? The Clippers? They got one more game.
Yeah,
That's
we're good to that.
all.
We'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that.
But as for me telling you what I saw in the future,
Mm-hmm.
I seen the Suns beating the Lakers.
Yes, you
Should
did.
it went to a 7? I think it would have possibly went to a 7. But for me, I had faith in the Suns. This team was the talk of the town last year. They should have went to the playoffs last year. They didn't have
Yeah,
last year. They was busting people's ass in that bubble.
yeah, they
And,
were undefeated. They undefeated.
that was a shots fired to people like, hey, we coming next year.
Yeah,
If we get our team right, we have to coach. Shout out to Earl Watson them in Arizona, man. He got that team straight. Hired Monty Williams. Monty Williams. The man lost. Did Monty Williams lose
his wife. Yes, wife.
Monty Williams. The man lost his wife. So this is a Monty Williams that's coming in and say, hey, I was given the team in New Orleans. Let me change that around for Phoenix. Did he do a good job the first year? To me, he improved the first year. But this year,
yes, when he was in New Orleans, yeah, then he was OKC. Then, yep.
Phenomenal. He got Chris Paul was injured in the beginning of the series, but he came out, did his thug thizzle. Right. Don't get me started on Devin Booker. Don't get me started on D Book. Oh. That boy was crazy last game. 47
DB. Points. Yes, sir.
Come on now. And you still got Ayton. They going up against the Nuggets. And Jokic even talked about the hardest sitter that was guarded this year was Ayton. So this is going to be very, very interesting. But as for the being down the first round, it hurts though. But it happens. This is the NBA playoffs. You have to, win or go home. And for LeBron, LeBron has a movie coming out. We know Space Jam 2 is coming out this month. So
no, I think it's July.
July? Well,
July, I think.
He's not going to Cancun, people.
He'll be there.
He's got a premiere to do. He's got a premiere. He's getting ready for Toon Squad. You heard the boy. I heard him. Post interviews. Yeah. So, yeah. It's whatever. He got his ring last year. Not mad. Let somebody else step up to the plate.
Yeah, I feel. For me, I've been watching Brian for a while. At one point in my lifetime, I was a LeBron fan when he was with Cleveland the first time. I'm with you with being a fan of him off the court as well because he does a lot for his community, especially with the school, with the kids. And he about to have his own Nike building. I've seen that before. They're working on that. Nike, I think it's Nike Factory or something. He's about to have something with Nike. And he just lead it off the court. But as for him as a player, we all know what he could bring to the game. Whatever team he goes to, they're potentially a playoff team, a championship team, wherever he goes, and it's self-explanatory. And it's been proven. He's been to what 10 finals until up to this point, straight finals. So for him to lose his very first round playoff series at that, it could be very your pride can get in the way as a basketball player, especially in his case. It took y'all 14 years to finally beat me in the playoff series, first round playoff series at that. It took y'all 14 years, so I went 14-0. Now he's not up there no more with the only two people that were undefeated with Derek Fisher and I forgot the other guy that went undefeated. That's undefeated right now, but. But it's not overshadowing what Phoenix did to them.
The man went to the West. You're talking about the East. The man. This is third year in the West. And we said, and Chris Paul, in the words of Chris Paul, the West has always been tough. Don't get it twisted.
Of course.
Brian had to know this was coming. He had to know it was coming sooner or later.
Eventually it's gonna come sooner or later, but to keep a record like that. You want to make sure it stays zero. Like he probably wanted to retire with having a 0 right there, but now you have a 1 right there. So it's like you've been beaten. So now, the GOAT conversations are still going to be happening. Like, okay, LeBron, you finally lost in the first round like Mike did. Mike was losing in the first round in the early part of his career, but you have a loss in your first round now. So for me in that situation, like I said, I'm not overshadowing what Phoenix did. I watched that whole game. Devin Booker was a monster. Like he said in this interview, Kobe was there with him that night, and it looked like it. He dropped 47, went 6 for 6 in the first quarter from the 3 ball. The ball wasn't touching the rim, man. Like nothing but net. Like it wasn't even touching the rim. Like it was just so pure. Like the jumper was just pure. Devin Booker was locked in for 48 minutes, and it was just crazy. Chris Paul, like you said about Chris Paul, he got hurt game one. He was still out there fighting with his brothers, and it was just a video out here. Now he was running with a fan, and he said his shoulder feel good now since the series over. So now he can rest up. They play tomorrow. No, they play Monday. I'm sorry, they play Monday. Either Monday or tomorrow, one of the two. They play Monday or tomorrow. But like you said about Denver, this healthy, this healthy Phoenix team, there's gonna be a lot going on. We'll get to that in a minute, but to wrap it up, the Brown situation, it wouldn't hurt his legacy, but they was coming in that injured, and Brown was battling an ankle injury, a high ankle sprain injury that he.
So there also gives a lot to the thought. Actually, how many teams from the play-in?
But he played on a high ankle sprain, so it's those are hard to play on. Like high ankle sprains, those are hard to play on. I got one before when I was playing ball, when I was back in my old days, back in my time, getting those high ankle sprains are very painful. And especially for LeBron at his age, he's 30, 36 years old. Those bones don't heal the same as much as like a 25-year-old like me and you, 24-year-old, someone that's younger. And, when he got that ankle injury and then AD had a Achilles injury, hamstring injury, AD just made a glass at this point. You touch him, something might break. And, they was battling injury, rushing so they can go in the playoffs. Because they didn't come back, the Lakers would have made the playoffs. Golden State would have been up in there, honestly. And it would have been a whole different story about this. And then, like you said, they came in injured, they left out injury. Drummond, he got benched the last game. Montreal not been playing all year because him and the coaching staff got into a situation. A lot of guys on the team ain't been playing. Like Montreal, you was 6 men of the year, and now you and the coaching staff get into it. They mistreated you, or they did something happened where you did stop playing. So, and you took your talents to as they say, upstairs to the Staples Center, to the Lakers organization, and you just said, you rush things with the Clippers. Like you didn't give the Clippers a chance to give you no offer, you just rushed it. KCP, like you said, he got to go. Wesley Matthews, you tasted the rain because you only signed there for 1 year. You could have stayed in Milwaukee, helped them out. They need another shooter. We'll get you Milwaukee in a minute. Who else? Gerald Dudley. Don't know why they re-signed him. He's just there. He tore his ACL sitting on the bench. Don't know why he's there. Kuzma, you signed all that. You signed a big contract to do what? That every time I see you got a new hairstyle, a new hair color.
Just thinking that trade was.
Hey, look. But and I agree with you. The guys that got traded, they all are. Only thing that Kuzma has over those guys that got traded is a championship. That's it. But those guys that got traded are better players now. As you can see on your Jazz, Jordan Clarkson won $6 million a year. D'Lo.
They left that team though. They left that team though.
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson left it, but I'm just saying that he was on the Lakers though at one point. But Jordan Clarkson, $6 million a year. D'Lo, D'Angelo Russell, All-Star. Brandon Ingram and Julius Randle, most improved players, All-Stars. So all those guys that we just named, those guys are All-Stars, and they all was contributed on a team, playoff team. Kuzma, he did his thing last year, kind of, but the only thing he has over them is a championship. That's it. That's the only thing he has over those guys. But skill-wise, no. Skill-wise, those guys I just named have gotten better overall, have won awards for individuality. Kuzma hasn't made the All-Star game, and he's been in the league for the same amount of time as those guys. Caruso, I don't even talk about Caruso. He's just a highlight guy. He just there to hype them up. But it's gonna be breaking up. That team will get broke up this summer. Hopefully,
They let their free agents go. But
Yeah, once they free agency start, all of them getting broken up. Trades getting happening. Trades might happen in the draft coming up soon. Sometime when the summertime starts, the draft happening. So it's a lot of things going on.
they're gonna need a lot of work.
A lot of work. A lot of work. So you know what I'm saying. But we're gonna jump gears. Talk about the real thing. Now it's the second round. Obviously today, Brooklyn just won against Milwaukee earlier today. So Brooklyn's up 1-0. James Harden went down first game in 43 seconds. The first 43 seconds of the game, pulled his hamstring, was out for the rest of the game. It was tough. You know, that's tough. You know, they ain't been healthy all year. Brooklyn, you know, that big three ain't been played together all year. You know, we're gonna get to them, but you know, the key matchups that we want to see, you know, obviously Denver versus Phoenix. Your Hawks versus Philly without Embiid. We're gonna talk about that in a second. We don't know who the Jazz are gonna be playing yet because Game 7 is tomorrow for the Clippers and Dallas. We'll be talking about that in a minute. But I want to hear your take. You know, who comes out on top in the second round. Start from the East since we already know the teams in the East.
Brooklyn versus Milwaukee. What I've seen today, it's gonna be tough. I want to go with Brooklyn. I really do. That James Harden scared.
Yeah.
But next man up. And it's nothing serious like these three haven't played with each other all year. They played in some games.
Mm-hmm.
They the last series with each other. So if Harden goes down, you still got Irving, you still got Durant, you still got Griffin. Who knows when DeAndre Jordan might come back? You're not even gonna play him until a factor. But you got a nice bench.
Right.
You got Bruce Brown, you got Shamit,
Mike James from overseas, that got cold, man.
you got Tyler Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of players on that team that dedicated to help. And don't forget you got Joe Harris.
JoJo, yep, I'm about to say, don't forget JoJo, the shooter.
So that team still has potential. And I'm gonna give that to Brooklyn. Probably in 6 or 5.
Whoa.
You still got to watch out for Milwaukee. And they just didn't have their years on right, but
Mm-hmm.
they got to watch out for Milwaukee because you can never doubt Giannis. You can never undoubt Middleton, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
It can get rough sometimes, but I'm still going with Brooklyn.
Okay, now we can speak on your Atlanta Hawks. We could definitely speak on your Atlanta Hawks now. The villain of the playoffs right now is Trae Young.
Mr. Young, Mr. Ice Trade game, you know.
Now who comes out in that series, man?
Hawks and 5. Hawks and 5. You know I had to say it. You know I want to say it. What Chuck say? Hawks and 5. What Chuck say? I guarantee.
Please don't say that.
Oh, I'm not guaranteeing nothing, but over here, Hawks and 5. I don't care about Philly. I like Philly. Don't get me wrong, but that meniscus tear is messing up your boy Embiid. Embiid might not even be able to play. So my thing is, we got potential, and if Cam Reddish come back, that team.
You gotta get a rhythm. You know, you can't just come on the court like that. But I understand.
Because we have a young team, but we also have veterans on that team. We have a veteran coach in Nate McMillan. Since Nate McMillan came in and took over for Lloyd Pierce, I have seen nothing but improvement. I told people from this year when the Hawks did a free agency move, they was going to the playoffs. I told you they was going to the playoffs. I said if they get knocked out in the first round, that's an experience. But I seen who they was playing, and I said, the Knicks. Knicks got a very, very young team. But I'm like, the Hawks overall have a better team better than the Knicks. It's just, you know, that series between the Knicks, it was rocky, you know. But once they found out how to get past Randall, you know, shut the New York crowd out, it all worked. You let Trae Young work his magic. You got Capella on the rebounding. You got Collins coming out of his slump. And 3, 4, 5, you know. So They got some shoes on the team. I like that team, so I'm gonna choose the Hawks at 5.
Right.
Now in the West,
Mm-hmm.
it depends because now you got Phoenix versus Denver, and Denver ain't no joke. I like Denver. I like them very. I like Jokic. I like Michael Porter Jr. Austin Rivers is making the name for himself again. I like that team. They
Mm-hmm.
got without Jamal Murray, they're still keeping it going. But I like Phoenix too much. I like Phoenix. I like what they stand for. They're a very young team as well. I
Mm-hmm.
like leadership in Chris Paul. This may be his year to go to the finals. Maybe. I'm just saying maybe. It's a possibility. And I think that
Possibly.
watch out for that Aiden Jokic matchup. That's gonna be the real thing.
Okay.
Jokic is a motherfucker.
Yes, he is. Yes. Joker just
That
is
boy
a big.
even injured that boy's mom. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with the Suns in that series. It's going to be tight. I want to see the 7 out of that series.
Okay.
I think it's going to go to the 6 or 5.
Mm.
Whoever
Well,
Paul play, I want them to play the Clippers.
mm,
Paul play the Clippers.
that'd be tough.
That's going to be tough, but I'm going to go ahead and go with Utah. Just because the Clippers have a bench and everything, you see Luka is exposing them.
Yeah. Luka doing his thing this time. Luka's
I think
doing his thing.
Utah is going to capitalize on Luka exposing them. Utah has a lot of days off. They can watch a lot of film. Excuse me.
I'm down on the mic, man. We can't hire you like that down on the mic, man. But
I
since
think
we already no, go ahead.
yeah, Utah has potential, and I like don't get me wrong. I like the Utah and Memphis series, even though it was 4-1, and I respect. And I saw a clip. I saw the clip with John Morant's dad giving Utah praises, and he wishes for them to go to the finals and win. Ha ha ha! Not gonna comment on that. That's too early. It's too early for that. But I think this Utah team is better than last year's Utah team. It's better. I think they can beat either the Clippers or Dallas. If they play Dallas, it's gonna be. I think that's gonna be a sweep.
Well,
But Luca is tough, so
look, yeah. I totally, I'm with you. I agree. And on some aspects of what you're talking
Hawks
about.
are fine.
Here you go. But since we're already on the West Coast, I got Phoenix in 6, possibly 7. Just the fact that Denver's role players stepped up for Jamal Murray. And they've been doing that all year since Jamal Murray went down. The role players have helped Jokic out a lot. As you can see, Austin Rivers came in clutch the last against Portland. Austin Rivers have stepped up humongous.
And he came from New York, so
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But this
Yeah, he came from New York, and he Austin Rivers has stepped up tremendous. He came big game 6, and he came big game 4 against Portland. He came big for them. And Monty, he was doing his thing. Morris was doing his thing. Game 6 too. Michael Porter Jr. did tremendous in the first quarter against Portland, game 6 as well. Guys like those I'm just naming, just a few guys I'm just naming. So that series is gonna be tough. But I got Phoenix in 6, possibly 7, and Phoenix to finish them at the crib. Only is because Phoenix they playing with a chip on their shoulder. And
not my bad, brother. But I do want to give honorable mention to Cameron Payne because when Chris Paul was out,
yeah.
that boy was cooking. If y'all know who Cameron Payne is, look him up. He used to play for Chicago, and they didn't use him very well. OKC didn't use him very well. Well, they kind of used him.
OKC kind of didn't use him because Russ Booker's played the whole time, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now.
Cameron Payne came out the ball. He came out the ball last year when they was in the bubble. He won it this year, so just let me know.
Yeah. Of course. And with Phoenix, I was always gonna talk about him too. With Phoenix, their role players are stepping up as well. That bench is stepping up as well. Craig, Cam, Johnson coming in the game, Jay Crowder, and those, yeah. And with Devin Booker, the way he's playing right now, the fire that he's bringing, and for game one is in Phoenix. So come Monday or tomorrow, Sunday, I believe. I don't know what day it is, but no matter what day, the desert gonna be rocking. It's gonna be hot in there. It's gonna be live. Game one and Portland. I'm not Portland. Phoenix is gonna take game one, obviously, just because they're hot. But like I said, I got them winning in 6. And the Jazz series, I want it to be the Clippers. Just because the fact that it'll be like almost an even matchup. Only to say even matchup because you got a scorer in Donovan Mitchell. You got two two-way players on the Clippers and Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. And then with Donovan Mitchell, he's this upcoming star in the league. Still young. He's upcoming star. And then on the Jazz bench, you still got Jordan Clarkson. You got Joe Ingles, Bogdanovich, all those guys, all them shooters over there in Utah versus that Clipper team, that defensive Clipper team. But like you said, not to discredit Dallas, Luka is exposing them as a defensive team that they're supposed to be. But Luka can't do it by himself. Don't get me wrong, Tim Hardaway is doing his thing. Occasionally, KP doing his thing. But Game 7, I think, is going to go to Clippers' favor because Kawhi Leonard been there before. Paul George never been in Game 7 before, not to my knowledge. But Kawhi Leonard know what it's like to win a Game 7, obviously against Philly when he was with Toronto. The game-winning shot that bounced around the rim like 8,000 times to win in. But Kawhi Leonard showed up that game to beat Philly to go to the finals. And so I got the Clippers pulling that out. But if the Clippers do beat the Mavericks, I would say it's going to be a dogfight, that Jazz series. And I got Clippers upsetting them in 7. Just because the fact that it's the experience with the Clippers, playoff experience with the Clippers. And even though they're going to be worn out, Jazz going to steal game 1, obviously, because they're going to be worn out because they're tired. That dogfight they was already in. Jazz going to take game 1. Everybody going to be like, oh, my God, Clippers might lose to Jazz. But I got the Clippers winning still in game 7 on Jazz home floor. Just off the experience and playoff experience and when it matters the most. I'm more of an experience type of guy myself. But anything can happen. It could be a new millennium. The future is now. So on the East Coast, if Embiid's not playing, which he probably won't play game 1, I still got Philly winning that series just because the fact that I got Philly in 6, only because Atlanta will steal a game and Philly. Like you guys do your job. They will steal a game like how they did in New York. They stole game 1 in New York. Atlanta has potential to steal game 1 in this series because if Embiid not playing, Capella is getting every rebound. Obviously, him and Dwight Howard going to be fighting for rebounds, but Dwight Howard will get in foul trouble so quick. Just how, because if Trae Young gets it going, if Ben Simmons is not chasing him around the whole game and trying to contain him, Philly can still game 1 too, win game 1, but it will be tough. Like I said, I'm not saying it's going to be a cakewalk for Philly, like just walking over Atlanta. No. It's just for Philly. Philly got to look at it like, okay, got a young Atlanta team. They just beat another young team in New York. Shout out to New York. They did their thing. Even though they lost, they still did their thing. They overcame all the obstacles that season. Derrick Rose makes a huge difference on that team because, without Derrick Rose and Randall, they wouldn't make the playoffs. I'm going to keep a spade a spade. But in this Philly series with Atlanta, it's going to be up for grabs. Like if y'all steal game 1 and y'all steal game 3, it's going to be a tough one because game 6 is in Atlanta, obviously. So, and if Embiid don't play, it's a small meniscus tear, but you don't want him to tear it completely. So, but it's going to be difficult because Ben Simmons, he can't shoot to save himself. And at the free throw line, they were saying it. Ben Simmons can cost them a championship at the free throw line. Just at the free throw line by himself, you can foul Ben Simmons all night. He can't hit free throws. And the game on the line, he will miss potentially game-winning free throws, and so that would be tough. Obviously, in the Milwaukee and Nuts in the net series, obviously we just saw game one tonight. Brooklyn got that one. I got Brooklyn in 6, potentially 7. I mean, I'm not saying Milwaukee gonna sit there and fold, but if Brooklyn take these first 2 and steal game 4, uh, and take game 4, Brooklyn can possibly win in 5. If they win these first 2 and steal game 4 of this series and at least take one of those games in Milwaukee, Brooklyn can possibly win in 5 games. Don't get me wrong, this game today was a close game, but in the second half, Brooklyn just flipped a different switch. James Harden went down, but those guys still prevailed. Blake Griffin, he had a big night, 18-14. KD and Kyrie doing what they do best. Then the bench came in and did their thing. JoJo hitting threes, Mike James hitting layups and guys doing all that. They doing what they do. So Milwaukee, I like Milwaukee. I've been a fan of Drew Holiday since whenever when he first got in the league. I've been a fan of Drew Holiday ever before the end. It's just they got to get a rhythm going. Like you guys, you can't keep watching Giannis. You got to get a rhythm going. You can't say, okay, Giannis here, you get the ball, go run down the court in 2 dribbles. Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton are gonna do their thing. But when Giannis get the ball, it's like some of the guys just sit there and like, okay, Giannis, you do your thing. So I think that's going to be Milwaukee's biggest downfall. It's like they want Giannis to like be that takeover guy in a game. But you got a veteran in Drew, you got an all-star Chris Middleton. So get those guys the ball. They play good defense, but I got Nets in 6, possibly 7. But if they do steal game 4 and they win these first 2, 5. 5. 5. 5. But that's here no there. Now let's jump into the NFL. It's a lot going on with the NFL. But the main topic and the big one is Julio Jones.
Yeah, another topic.
It's a lot, but Julio Jones is the main one right now that everybody's still talking about because obviously we've seen Undisputed. If you watch Undisputed, that situation, Shannon Sharp called him on the phone. He's saying he didn't want to play for Dallas either, or he wanted to be he's done with Atlanta. He's out of Atlanta. Sorry, you got Atlanta in your background, but he said he's done with Atlanta. So, give me your take. What do you see Julio ending up?
It's tough because not everybody's calling for Julio. Atlanta's got to ship him out before the start of the season. And I know some Atlanta fans are hurt. I know some.
Oh, yes.
But you can't blame them. Like, come on, man. They choked.
Clearly.
Super Bowl was the first thing. And last year when y'all had Julio was injured half of the season last year. And we can't blame that on Julio. Can't blame because injury happens. But Julio, to me, I think he's been wanting to leave Atlanta since the Super Bowl. And then you signed Matt Ryan to that contract extension.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think it's beef for him and Matt Ryan? No, I don't think that. It's just the man wants a ring. Everybody wants a ring. Do you want to retire without a ring? The only ring you're going to get is the Hall of Fame ring. To me, his possibilities, and a lot of people talk about this. To me, you got the Titans, you got the Packers, Patriots. Ooh. It's a potential teams, but to me, I could see him going to either. I hear Seattle's in the mix. I hear who else?
Mm-hmm.
Miami. I always want to go Miami, but it's too many teams.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Cards are trying to make some leeway. Even Hopkins said he'll cut his paycheck Julio, which is considerably nice. That'll make the West a little bit more challenging. if Julio went to the Cards or the Seahawks. But in my opinion, the best team that's going to fit him at the end of the day, I say either he can go to Green Bay or the Titans. The Titans with
Mm-hmm.
AJ Brown and Julio. And you got Derrick Henry. And you got Tannehill. Oh my lord,
Yes.
man, that's gonna be a good challenge right there. That's gonna be a good team, and it's the AFC South. So you're in an easy division, and you can take that division. That team can go. The AFC tough too, so they gotta watch out for, the Chiefs, a lot of other teams. But I can also see him going to Green Bay if Green Bay makes a move to try to get Aaron Rodgers back to camps, trying to get him back in the fold. And they get Julio with Devontae Adams. Oh my lord. The possibilities that Aaron Rodgers could do with them two boys, that would be marvelous. Yeah, the Bears fan are shocked too. Yeah, the Bears fan hella shocked, but I possibly could see him going with Tennessee.
Okay. Well, for me,
I will say the Patriots, but they already did a lot this offseason.
yeah,
I
I
don't
was
think
just gonna say that.
they made none of their picks. They don't
Yeah,
really
yeah,
have.
yeah.
So,
Um,
Julio say he likes to Kim. Nah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen either. Just like you said, like the Patriots already did a lot this offseason, signing those key players, and then they just signed another key speedy receiver, Marvin Allen. I forgot if I'm saying his name right. Um, but they just signed another key receiver, speedy guy, pretty good player. But for Julio, I think Julio goes in. He's going to be in the NFC. He's not going to stay in the AFC. Because of the fact that if he does in the AFC, he gets. I'm sorry, not NFC. He's going to the AFC. He wants to get out of the NFC. I'm sorry, because you don't want to see. Do you want to play against Atlanta twice a year, or you want to go against them like once a year or once every other year? But to me, he might be in the AFC. He possibly could play for Tennessee. That'll be a decent pickup for him. AJ Brown. You already got a killer running back in Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill, iffy quarterback, but he'll still get you that ball. But I mean, yeah, but or you can go play for the Las Vegas Raiders. You can go play for them. You potentially go play for Cleveland. Cleveland always got a first round pick somewhere up their sleeve. The Chargers, I like that quarterback in the Chargers. I like that quarterback from Oregon. I forgot his name, but I love that quarterback.
Oh my lord!
I love that quarterback from the Chargers. I love that guy. He's a great guy. Possibility. But if he does stay in NFC, I could definitely see him in Seattle. Just because the fact that I think Seattle has more to offer for him.
DK.
You take the pressure off DK as the only and Wilson, yes, of Wilson and DK, because now you have a deeper threat. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And now you have a deeper threat who can, it's hard to he's not gonna drop the ball or nothing. You have a deeper threat with Julio Wilson, because he said he looking for a quarterback with a strong arm to get the ball to him and when he go deep. So Russell Wilson can do that for him. Even if you pick Green Bay, him and Devontae Adams will be a dangerous duo over there in Green Bay. It'll bring Aaron Rodgers back. It'll keep Aaron Rodgers over there. Like, okay, I got Julio Jones. Okay, I'll stick it out. I got Julio Jones as another key receiver for me. Okay, bam. I'll come to training now. That'll be dangerous too for the, going against the Bears. That'll be very dangerous, very dangerous. Because then, like, who you double team, Devontae Adams or Julio Jones?
Ooh.
And then when they play the Falcons, Julio Jones gonna say, "Give me the ball the whole game." And he going, and if he do get to lead the Falcons, he gonna hit them with 10. He gonna hit them with 8 catches and a buck 20, maybe 200 yards. But it's up for grabs. Hopefully it gets settled out what he gets out of Atlanta, because Atlanta, they really want to get rid of him like now. But they still talking to teams. What team got the best offer to give for him? What they want to, because I don't think they want to send him to a contender, only because the fact that like you don't want to see Julio in the playoffs and the Super Bowl, and like you just like, wow, he's still an elite receiver. Like he's not like he ain't lost a step. He just been hurt, like you said. He's still an elite receiver. So that's gonna be tough. Very tough. Very, 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 very tough to deal with. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be very tough to deal with that Julio situation. Now, what was this other topic you said that's going on in the NFL?
Besides Aaron, nothing else. But yeah, let's switch. Tomorrow.
Well,
tomorrow is the big fight.
Yeah.
So, well.
We saw the rules and regulations, so it really doesn't make a difference. First off, it's an expedition fight, so there's no winner or no loser. So
no hair gear this time, Logan. No hair gear. So if Floyd knocks you out, don't say we didn't warn you. Yeah. Oh, but tomorrow, there's a big debut for Chad Ochocinco.
He's going to get knocked out.
I really want to see this fight, but I'm like, I don't want to say.
I think Chad will get knocked out only because of the fact that we never seen him box before.
Never seen Nate box before. Look what happened.
Exactly, Nate. We never seen Nate box before, and Nate got knocked out by a YouTuber, and we never seen Chad fight before. I mean, he might do his thing, but he might get knocked out. He might get knocked out as well. Then the main event, Floyd gonna knock him out in the 4th round because he gonna make it interesting. He gonna make you get your dollars worth. You're not gonna knock him out. He gonna let Logan or Jake, whichever one he's fighting.
Logan.
He gonna let Logan wear himself out like Conor. He let Conor McGregor do. I'm gonna let you burn yourself out because all you're gonna do is Logan gonna try to talk to Floyd, get in Floyd's head, which is not gonna work. The last 50 plus guys done tried that. It didn't work, obviously.
No.
And so now this is an expedition fight. And, he going to try to come out swinging on Floyd. Floyd going to knock him out in the 4th round. Probably get a TKO, even though there's no refs, but it's a ref in there, but it's on the ref determination. Logan is going to look embarrassed. He's going to probably stop boxing after that. Jake, on the other hand, he dealing with an MMA fighter in August. Hey, I pray for Jake come August, man.
Really?
Hey, I pray for Jake come August, and I'm mad that it's a boxing match. It's not an MMA fight.
No, Jake ain't fighting no MMA. No, Jake not fighting MMA.
Because if that was an MMA fight, Jake would have died in that ring. Because dudes put him to sleep and some. But yeah, that's just me.
Well, let's talk about. We're gonna shift back to the. I want to shift back to the NBA. Do I want to shift back to the NBA? Yes. I want to shift back. Well, no.
Talk to me.
There was a before I shift back to the NBA. There was an interesting news topic that came out. And
talk to me.
This involves tennis. Yes, it involves tennis. I'm not for sure if you're familiar with the young woman. What's her name?
You said tennis?
Naomi Osaka. Yes. Oh, yes. Here we go. So
Talk to me.
no, the French Open is starting, and
I already started.
yeah, already starting. And Naomi Osaka, she's very popular. She's popping right now.
Mm-hmm.
Playing from Serena, and she's very good at what she does. Salute to her. But she withdrew from the French Open, and a lot of it was mixed, no mixed reactions. And you know, to me, you know, I think when you're young, she's only like what, 23 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She's
You
she's
know,
hot. She's hot right now.
yeah, because she withdrew because of mental something going on with her, mental depression and all that. And the world tried to bash her for that.
And veteran tennis players trying to bash her and talking about, oh, this never been done before. I'm shocked and all this. And I'm like, in my head, like, she's young. You know, she plays tennis for a living. And this is, this she likes to play tennis. And you got social media, you got everything going around and everything. And a lot of people put a lot of weight on your shoulders. You carry a whole lot. And
Mm-hmm.
she and a lot of people also had a problem with her not representing the USA in the Olympics. And to me, I'm like, if she want to represent what she wants to represent, let her represent it. No, that's her decision.
Mm-hmm.
Should be no backlash from that. And for me, if you deal with mental health issues, it's okay. Take a break. We'll support you. And a lot of athletes supported her. Some athletes was iffy on it, but the main ones supported her. Even had people from NBA supporting her, NFL, WNBA, NHL supporting her,
Yes.
and Serena even backed her up. So it's like to see Serena do it, that really gave her like, the okay. Like I know I ain't make the right decision, but she's a grown woman at the end of the day, and I feel as though you hold a lot of weight with fame, and people expect this out of you, and they want you to exceed their expectations. But you also have to think for yourself and do what's best for yourself at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion, I agree with her. Even though she was fined 15,000, what's that to her? What's that to her?
Yeah.
So if she wanted to take a break from tennis, let her take a break from tennis.
Of course.
Also dealing with the pandemic, so it's a lot of things going on. But I agree, she should take a break from tennis. Let the girl be.
And I agree with you. And I was reading about the situation when it happened. Um, in life, we don't. These guys, these celebrities, these athletes, they're still human. They're human like us. They might have the millions of dollars, billions of dollars. Might be worth a lot, but at the end of the day, they're still human. They still have the same 24 hours as us. They just live theirs differently. Um, and depression, anxiety, all those things can be a toll on athlete. Because you expected to be at a certain level, because at a certain level that these people want you at, and it's like, I'm tired of being at the level at the moment. So it's like, let me take a break. Let me get my mental back going. So like you said, it's a pandemic, people losing their lives, and y'all want us to come back out here to play. My mind mentally is not there. I'm not mentally focused. I don't want to be out there looking confused, be out there looking like I don't want to play. So let me just take my time away from the game. I mean, it happens. A lot of athletes do that. A lot of guys done that. And I'm with her. I'm with her 100%. I'm with people. I'm against the people that want her to play. I mean, look, tennis. When it comes to tennis, it ain't about the money, because obviously they're gonna make money regardless. People like to watch tennis. They're gonna make their money regardless. And I mean, yeah, people want to see her in the French Open because you already gonna see the Williams sisters in the Serena and Venus no matter what. You know, but you want to see her, the future. She is the future of the tennis woman, the tennis in the women's division. Obviously, she beat Serena not once but twice. So she is the future. So it's like, you want to see her play. She brings in the tickets, the revenue, and she's not there. So obviously, people are like, oh, she's selling out, being selfish. It ain't about being selfish. Sometimes in life you got to take care of your own personal well being. You can't depend. You can't keep pleasing other people if you can't please yourself. Once you take care of your inner self and yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally, then you can go out there and perform, put on the epic show like you always do, like she always do. She cold in tennis, bro. She young. If you can hit Serena serve, you cold. And you can beat her in tennis. You're cold. Like, you're nice. Your game is up there. But Serena, she's gonna be the GOAT regardless. She's the young GOAT because obviously she beat the GOAT. So at the end of the day, I'm with her. So
shifting back to the NBA, during these playoff games, there has been heinous actions from fans, spitting,
oh yeah, man.
from fans throwing popcorn at Russell Westbrook.
Oh yeah.
Running on the courts, from fans, saying racial slurs. To me, I think these fans just want attention.
That's all it is.
And I think that's a bad idea that you're setting a bad example. If people are just now getting back into arenas, they're just going to games now. People been in the house months because of the pandemic. And the first time y'all want to act a clown, act a fool, y'all throwing stuff at human beings.
Mm-hmm.
Some are about that life. Some don't care. Because once you spit on a person, you like you ain't gonna have no malice at the palace.
Yeah.
So it'll be a murder. It's on site. But to me, I think they overrated. I think fans doing these outbursts is crazy.
Yeah.
Now, I understand, like, some fans can say, oh, I hate you, this, you suck, and all this. That's the game.
Mm-hmm.
Hostile environment and take a win from a team in their own city. Yeah, you're gonna get called some bad words. You're gonna get spit at. You're gonna get stuff thrown at you. But it should be thrown at you, purposely. You feel me? What happened to Westbrook when he was injured? That was petty. That was very petty. I think these fans just need to cool down, chill. Because as you can see, what happened to Kyrie Irving, that boy got charged.
Salt and battery.
And half of these fans are getting banned permanently. Oh, yeah. So the NBA is definitely taking action, and salute to the NBA for supporting their players.
I agree with you. When it comes to these situations, because they do it every sport, soccer, football, basketball, baseball as well. It's attention seeking, and it's also, it's just it's not fun for the game. And it's like you spend all your hard-earned money to come to the game, to enjoy the game, and then you want to you probably with your buddies, hey, I'm gonna go run on the field, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go do that, record me doing this, yada yada yada. I look, just want attention, social media attention, so you can be famous, quote unquote. If you don't get caught. And with these last recent ones that happened, one in Boston when they threw the water bottle, a full water bottle at that, not no empty one, a full water bottle at Kyrie. Westbrook popped one getting poured on him. Obviously, the fan walked down the stairs, did it deliberately. Trae Young in a spit on situation, and the fan running on the court in the Wizard series and all of that. It's not fun for the game. And it's like you said, these guys been home for months, a whole year, obviously, a whole year. And, you get a chance to come out. They're allowing fans to come to these arenas, to these games, and enjoy the game. Just enjoy the game. Like you're making it hard on yourself, because why would you want to get banned from something that you love to come and do? You love to come watch them play. Now you can't even come watch them play because I'm banned for a year, or I'm banned for 2 years, and I can't come watch them play. Your boys can go watch them play, but you at home, and they at the game, having a good time while you sitting at home on the couch or in your man cave watching the game. And to me, it's stupidity. Just enjoy the game. You're taking the fun out the game. It's not that serious, because somebody can seriously get hurt. Like the wrong person that you throw something at, spit on, their mind might snap, and it might be another Malice at the Palace again. And the league is trying to prevent that. That's why you saw six people hold Westbrook back. Because Westbrook, even though he had a bad ankle, he was going to go up there and find out who it was. It was going to be some trouble. It was going to be trouble. Real trouble. Kyrie's situation, Kyrie even knew it was going to happen. He even said Boston is, say the Boston be saying negative things, towards him and all that. So Kyrie pretty much predicted it was going to happen. And so it's no fun for the game. It's boring. It's tacky. It's corny. Put it like that. It's corny to the game. I know you want to do it like in FIFA and soccer. I done seen it done before. A fan run on the field, getting tackled, you get banned for a year. Like, it's not cool getting arrested. It's not cool. That's not a cool thing to brag about. Oh, I got arrested for jumping the gate over a game, all that. I done seen fans throw like pipe bombs on the field in soccer, like some go on the field and pop. And fans say racial slurs to these players and all that. So it's like they pick and choose the people they want to antagonize. Like the Memphis series, Ja Morant's parents was getting racial slurs towards them in the game. People can't just enjoy the game. Just enjoy the game. You guys, these fans make it hard to enjoy the game. Make it very hard to enjoy the game. But it is what it is. To wrap up the show, who you got tomorrow? Game 7.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Clippers.
Clip?
I want to go with Dallas, but I'll have to go with the Clippers.
I'm. It's a toss up. Like, I wish I could just simulate to the fourth quarter. Then I give you my answer. But
it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough. Luka's not gonna fold. Luka plays better, and for some reason the Staples Center is.
I would go Dallas, but Porzingis is giving me weak vibes. I don't like it. Everybody else on that team is not giving me weak vibes. Porzingis is the one that gives me weak vibes.
I totally agree. And with Luka, I seen a tweet about I was on Twitter and I was seeing tweets about like Skip Bayless and all. I'm saying like, all the Clippers are gonna lose since they're going back home now, yada yada yada. I'm like, wow, but Luka, he has had his way in the Staples Center. Luka's going crazy in Staples Center, hitting one-legged threes. For some reason, he a better shooter in the Staples Center. He's shooting the 3-ball way better in the Staples Center versus at the crib. And I obviously you can see that at home he plays terrible at home. Obviously, these last 3 games that they lost at the crib, he's played terrible. But when they're on the road in LA, Luka looks like top 5 player in the league. As I've been, Baby Bird, as they call him. As Shannon Sharp call as Baby Bird. But come tomorrow, I got the Clippers in a close game, possibly about 2, maybe 5. Just because the fact that that, like I told you, for experience is everything. Kawhi Leonard been in the situation before, Game 7, so he know what to do. he know how to get to his spots and all that. Luka and them guys ain't been to a game 7. You know, this is a different ball game. Game 7 is do or die, want to go home. So I got the Clippers in this one. So what? You know, it's a lot more we could talk about, y'all. You know, we got a lot. I can't wait to see the outcomes of these series. You know, we always gonna have some news to talk about. We'll see y'all next week. You know, with different topics, different things. You know, different key topics that's going on around the world. You know, maybe y'all predictions might be different now after game 1s or these other games or these other series other games that's playing. So y'all know who I am. I'm Forbes. You know, always say all about the money. You did what I'm saying. Got my boy Red in the cut. So any last words, Red?
No, the world is opening back up. You know, our state's opening back up. You know, still everybody be careful. You know, never know. We still dealing with the coronavirus as it is.
Yeah, still wear your mask. Still wear your mask.
But yeah, wear your mask. Still, you know, still good that the world is coming. You know, opening its doors because last year this pandemic,
Yeah.
everybody done lost somebody. Somebody had either had it and they fought it off, and some people are taking a shot, and
So I'm not.
I'm not. But not gonna talk about that.
Not gonna talk about that. But look, it's still a pandemic going on. Keep the mask on if you can, if you want to. I know they tell you ain't gotta wear no more, but for your own health and benefit, keep the mask on your face just so you can be safe. You know, just because the world opened back up, don't mean it's safe. So keep the mask on. Keep your mask in the car. Keep your fresh box somewhere. Be safe out here.
That the world is opening back up. Baseball stadiums are going to full capacity in some states. Wrestling events are coming back. Very happy about that. You know,
Very, very. You know, we're gonna get an episode possibly together in a room coming soon. Y'all gotta be waiting on that one. It's gonna be coming soon. So
yep, and probably gonna have you know, some more guests coming on soon as
we
well.
will have a guest coming soon. It's in the works right now.
But the next episode,
Great friend.
So
Yep, great friend of me and Zell went to school together. Went to high school together with this young guy. With this guy, he's an up and coming rapper now. Father. It's in the works right now, so be on the lookout for that episode coming soon. It's in the works, like I said. Other than that, y'all know who I am. I'm Forbes. That's Red, and we are out.
Hawks and 5.
Oh my God.
You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. Hey, Sixers Hawks, 1:00 tomorrow. You know where I'm gonna be.
Yeah, we know. Now Hawks and 5.
Hawks and 5.
Whatever.
Anyway, peace.
Peace, love. Sixers and 6.